versus Subliners, though, because Ultra, after getting bopped by the Gorillas in the opening round, have started a bit of a tear through this elimination bracket. You look at their start, they 3-0'd Carolina. Second round, they 3-1 their opponent, but then in the final series last night, they went 3-2. Are we worried at all for Toronto Ultra coming into Champ Sunday?
Yeah, I think for Toronto Ultra, I mean, it's been sloppy every single series, right? I'd be remiss if I didn't say that. And, you know, for these guys, they have had some huge moments throughout these series where, you know, you get to the Game 5 invasion, you haven't played in over a month, but Scrap gets that ace round 1. So they just have the playmakers to get it done, even if it gets a little close down the stretch. For Toronto Ultra, they've been improving with every single match, and we've seen some big moments from all their players. Can they do it up against a tough New York, who's been one of the best, if not the best, hardpoint team here?
They took care of business against Seattle last night. Tonight, they take on the Subliners. Alley Cat, this is 2 of our Power 4 squads.
That boy Scrap funny as hell.
Absolutely. On his feet, everything. After that loss to LAG, I'm sure he's feeling it more than anybody, but it's also like the search and destroy has been unreal for him recently. 1.46, and that was their weakest game mode heading into this. So if he can keep up that slaying, and as the series have gone on, their search and destroys have gotten much stronger. It's gone from round 11s to now round 9s to then round 7s. They're closing out these S&Ds versus the New York Subliners that is also struggling in that game mode. So it'll come down to who wins that Game 5.
One of 2 players to have a 1.1 or better across all game modes. Scrap, it's pretty easy to talk trash when you're playing like that. On the other side, Hydra has been trying to brute force his team into a grand final. Yesterday, we interviewed him. He said, I can't even talk. I can't think. He was dealing with the migraine. What hurts when you have a migraine? Light and sound. He dealt with all of that while still putting up 36 kills to seal the deal and earn their spot on Champ Sunday.
Man, guys, he has been unbelievable. I mean, he's averaging almost 5,000 damage in hardpoint throughout the stage. He's the #1 HP player when it comes to damage and KD. He has been ridiculous, and yesterday was an SMG clinic. You know, you got participation out of Kismet. You had the huge play from Sivin, the control, everything that you needed to see if you're a New York fan. Right now, you are so elated with how they've been playing at the perfect time of the season. The hardpoint feels good.
No Game 5s.
No Game 5s. The hardpoint feels very reminiscent of when they were dominant in the game mode. Last year, they're 6-1 right now overall, and their average margin, their fundamentals have seriously been on point. And when the slaying is there, well, you get 100-point clubs like we saw yesterday versus the LA Thieves. And not only that, they're all putting up the damage. It's not just Hydra. In that map number 3 versus LA Thieves, every member of New York Subliners had 6K damage. So this is a New York that we've been waiting to see and that could possibly take a chip.
Now, on our overall standing, Subliners are looking currently locked for that 4th seed. Even if they win out here, I don't think they catch Optic. So we're looking at that 4 versus 5 potentially at Champs. Are they going to play LAG or Seattle Surge in the opening round?
I think they'll be playing Seattle Surge, Chris. I think LAG, they've had a great run, but they're running into an Atlanta FaZe who look pretty much flawless everywhere as well. So for LAG, though, you never know. I just think Atlanta have the edge.
They've already accomplished their goal, Ali, and that was to lock in for Champs here. Now they're playing for money. They've got 200 points. They're guaranteed to be above LA Thieves and Miami Heretics, who are both out of the tournament. So let's talk about the best case scenario for the Gorillas. What can they bring to the table today? Can they shock another Powerhouse 4 squad in Atlanta FaZe?
Absolutely. They've done it before, right? We talked about their match against Atlanta FaZe. I had to dye my hair purple. It was a whole thing. And now they come to this event and they knock out Toronto Ultra, one of the top 2 favorites in day number 1. So if they can continue with the showing that they've given us the past 3 days, they can absolutely beat Atlanta FaZe. The problem, though, is just how dominant FaZe has looked throughout the entirety of this LAN weekend.
Nameless, you win the winners bracket finals, you're guaranteed top 2, you're making more money than you have the entire season combined.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. And like, look where they have found themselves. I mean, guys, they're 5-0 across hardpoint and search and destroy in this tournament. You beat Toronto Ultra, who look unreal, and you go and you 3-0 the LA Thieves, one of your direct competition, and they're just all smiles, man. Like, this is unknown territory for some of these guys. You got a couple of rookies on here and some players like Diamondcon and Fame who haven't had these deep runs in a tournament. So, nevertheless, this is good experience going into Champs, and also your hardpoint's been great.
Which is shocking because hardpoint hasn't really been their strong suit. So the fact they're able to hit that stride here is really important. And for LAG, Chris, you asked what the best case scenario is. They need to win at least one more match before they go home. Whether they